Now here's a new face on our tracks, it's George Nguyen. You know, it's funny because he makes me think of George Washington, and our lead qualifiers, Rich Mixon, who makes me think of Richard Nixon. I really gotta cool it on these old US president puns, don't I? Anywho, George here is ripping through the track, some nice speed going along the final straight. It's gonna clock him at 12:07. Not bad, plenty good enough to qualify. Speaking of qualification, these drivers are all qualifying for our main event series that'll be featured on our YouTube channel. So make sure after you watch today, you go subscribe so you don't miss the action. We got a link in our bio to make it easy for you. Now this is 54 Herb Kerbler. Seems to be having a great run so far, keeping things moving along quickly as he nets himself at 11:56, which is plenty good enough to qualify at 4th place. Next up, back up top, it's Barry DePedal. He better be ready to bury DePedal deep into the floorboard here because we are already over halfway through qualifying and the placement is gonna really start to matter. Now Barry is moving and grooving through that final turn on the straight now. Let's see what he gets. It's a 12:96. That's a current 18th place. First down the run today is H.J. Hollis, number 68. I heard that he wanted number 69, but that would have involved him having to turn around, which does not help in a race scenario. It's getting to be a lot more serious as we're over halfway through the qualifying for main event number 1, so these cars need to make great times in order to lock in a spot moving forward. Hollis will mark a 13:18, current 19th place, definitely not too far out, but with the 4th slowest time, that's dangerous. Next, number 70, Richie Gunzit. Lot to love about this car, but first, let's admire the name. What race car wouldn't want to be named Gunzit? It's like a Cheez-It, but less cheesy and more gunny. You know, it's shocking I'm still allowed to record these when I make jokes like that. Into the final straight for Gunny. He's gonna be through with an 11:77. Current 5th place, very safe heading into that main event. Now here's a crowd favorite, M Fast Fong. Now if you want to follow the action after the qualifier, you need to get to our YouTube channel and you gotta subscribe because that's where the full-length main events for this series will be taking place. Here comes Fong around that final curve. He's drifting a little bit, still some decent time, and that is a 12:59 16th, and he's through. Up top, it's number 80, Dan Garcia. Now the name's a meme, isn't it? Because we all know it's a play on Garcia, and funny enough, Daniel Garcia was the global technology engineer and Lightspeed technical director of Cars 3. Kinda cool to make it into the show if you ask me. Let's see how Dan fares as he makes his way through to the finish on the final straight now, and it's gonna be a 12:66, easy pass into the main event. Let's go. Oh, look at this, it's 82 Conrad Camber. You know, in the movie he actually didn't have headlights because they forgot to add them, but they did make it into the diecast edition here. If you want to follow these cars into the main event, head to our bio and subscribe to our YouTube channel because that's where we're calling home of our full-length main event coverage. Now come on, Camber. That's a 12:48 and an easy pass for Mr. Camber. Now let's take it home today with number 90, Paul Conrev. I don't know if you've all realized this yet, but they're qualifying in numerical order, which means everyone's favorite Lightning McSomething car will be coming up soon, so don't miss the rest of the qualifiers. Now here comes Conrev actually blasting through. Those drifts slow him down a little bit, but he crushes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 13th place and entry to the event. 92, Sheldon Shifter. Remember, these qualifiers are done in numerical order, which means a certain Lightning-like vehicle just may be coming up shortly. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm just saying. Also, Rich Mixon's held that leading qualifier time for a while now. Not bad for Rich's first time on our tracks. Let's see how Sheldon finishes. Little hop, skip, and a jump. He's across 12:21, 13th clinch into the main event. Now here's number 93, Nick Shift, ready to go. Kind of funny we had Sheldon Shifter and now Nick Shift. I'm more of a caps lock kind of guy myself, but to each their own. Now if you look closely at Nick's paint job, he's got some mint leaves in honor of his sponsor, Spare Mint. Considering it's getting cold out, I could use those leaves in my lemon ginger tea. Now he's running along, and that is a nice qualified 12:32 just behind Sheldon Shifter. Now here he is, the kid, Lightning McQueen, number 95, and off the mega ramp with gusto. Oh, he lands on the side rail a bit there, but he is doing just fine. He recovered. He's in the middle of the track. Things are looking good. Nice around that final turn there. Let's see if he can get it done. He's moving through 11:54, 3rd place. That's how you get it done, McQueen. First up, number 117, Spiky Phillips. With a name like Phillips, I halfway expected to see a screwdriver with wheels headed down the track, but to my disappointment, it's just a car. Remember, this is the final group of qualifiers for the main event, so these cars have to leave it all on the track in order to make it in. Now into the final straight, everyone's been bouncing around these walls lately. It's gonna be a 12:51, 19th place, and Phillips knocks out H.J. Hollis with that run. Incoming, number 121, Noah Go Check Yourself is ready to rumble. Let's go off the mega ramp. Landed a bit hard, but that's okay. We've seen cars do more with less, so I'm not worried about Noah. If you're an OG watcher of our tournaments, you know Noah struggled in our last one, so it'd be cool if he could turn things around. Let's see what he clocks now. Through the final straight he goes. 1242 safe, and he also eliminated Barry DePedo with that performance. It's 123 Jonas Carvers. A bit too late for pumpkin carving, but hey, carvers can still carve the turkey for Thanksgiving or the ham on Christmas. You get the picture. This is a stellar performance so far after that massive jump. Jonas is cruising along, but oh, he gets a little bit sideways there. That is going to slow him down. Let's see how he finishes at 1266. Carvers is safe. Eliminated Ryan Laney to boot. Last but not least, final car of the qualifiers, number 3, Karsten Ace Dillon, named after the NASCAR driver Austin Dillon. With a number 3, I halfway expected the man in black to come cruising through the track, but I'll have to wait for another tournament for that one. Spinning around now, Karsten Dillon's putting on some magic in this run, but will he get the time that he needs? It's a 1298, unfortunately not going to cut it, and the main event contestants are set in stone.